y'all? It's Jay the Haitian Mogul here. I am here with another video for you guys. I'm just gonna pretty much just dive into it. I don't know, you might be able to tell from my voice, but I've definitely been crying all morning, and I have been in a weird place. It's not unrecognizable, but I know that it's something that I need to go through so that way I can really get to my next level. So the last few days for sure have been an emotional up and down, or emotionally up and down. And half the time I do know what's going on, another time I'm not sure. So I just basically just go with where my feelings are taking me. I acknowledge them, and if I need to cry, then I'll cry. And for the last, definitely for sure this week, I have definitely been doing that. And I'll always bring myself back up. This morning has been slightly a little different. I meditated last night with my girlfriend, and it was nice. I went to sleep, no issues or anything like that. Woke up, but it was, I guess, that same feeling that I kind of went to sleep with. I kind of woke up with it as well, and not really trying to really do that, but it's something that just ended up happening. And it was more so a feeling of myself, about myself. So, kind of woke up with a headache right here. Still feel it right now. Just made me some breakfast. So I'm getting ready to eat that after I make this video. But I wanted to make this video because I wanted to start making YouTube my video diary again. At one point I made it as such, and then I of course incorporated business stuff. But now I really want to get back to really doing the vlogs of me and my growth and my challenges. Things that I'm going through on a daily, things that I experience at any given moment, and expressing those things to you guys because I know there might be somebody else out there who might feel the same way and not know exactly how to do or how to feel or what to do next. So I'm no expert. I'm learning this thing right along the way with you guys and figuring it out, as difficult as a lot of times it may be. But I feel as though the more difficult it is, the more growth that we go through, and the better it is for us as we get older. Granted, the difficult times and challenges times do not need to exist for us to grow, but they are the contrasts, in the words of Abraham, that we experience that allows us to know what it is that we want and what it is that we do not want. And I know I don't want to feel like this all the time, but I also know that what I do want is going to push me outside of my comfortable zone, and I have to be aware and accepting of that and be prepared for what it is that is going to push me into, so that way I can succeed and ascend to the next transition on whatever it is that is going on in my life. So when it comes to the things that you want, and that's really where my mind has been at a lot this week, for sure, up and down, looking at things that I need to take care of, looking at things that I want to do, looking at things that are in my grasp right now, things that I'm not aware of at the moment, but I know that will come for me in the future, and just being okay with what I cannot control and what I do not know. It's hard. It's hard because a lot of times you are really basing things off of what it is that you do know, what it is that you are feeling at that moment. But then what actually has been helping me kick my ass back up is basically telling myself I have to go through it. I have to be okay with going through this moment because it's going to help me. It's going to strengthen me. It's going to make me wiser. It's going to make me smarter. It's going to make me more aware and have more experiences in this field that a lot of people might not even understand themselves. And if I can be that person that has to go through these different types of moments just so that somebody else can understand and feel as if they're not alone, then so be it. The things that I want, they pertain to other people. They pertain to me wanting to help others and wanting to be that person that does experience those things so that you don't have to. And I guess you could say in a Jesus Christ sort of way, because we all are Jesus Christ in a type of way. People are watching us. People are looking up to us. People are wanting us to see us succeed so that they know that they can too. To see us that not break down, or see us break down and know that it's okay to break down, because after the breakdown, we can build ourselves back up. There's people out there waiting for me to tell my story. People out there waiting for you to tell your story. And it doesn't benefit anybody for me or you to be in an area of seclusion, alienation, just to make it seem as if you are needing something, when in actuality other people are needing something of you. This reminds me of when I was depressed those years ago. This reminds me of how it made me feel. This reminds me of how the things that I ended up would do while in that depression before I finally decided I was tired of it. I was fed up with the feeling, fed up with the unworthiness, fed up with the sadness. And it is never enough for a particular reason, because sometimes we do know and other times we have no fucking clue. But we still have to push ourselves up. We acknowledge the moment. Never ignore it. I never say to ignore the moment. Acknowledge that crying, that sad moment, that depressing moment. But know that at the end of the day, that moment doesn't define you. It doesn't define me. And I'm still going to rise up. I just finished listening to, I can never really say her name right, Iyanla Vanzant. I love her in more ways than one. She reminds me of Tony. Tony was who I needed when I was depressed. Tony Robbins, Anthony Robbins. This big motherfucker. Big loving motherfucker. She reminds me of him. At the time when I was depressed, I needed someone that would just pull me up. Needed somebody who would just be loud and aggressive and tell me to snap out of it and to be okay and to not let my mental destroy my outer. And he still does that for me today. But Miss Vanzant, she's like the mother that acknowledges each one of her kids in every single one of their moments. She doesn't wait for you to start crying so that she can go in and see what's going on. She'll come to you before you even know you're about to cry. And she makes you cry. And then she wipes your tears away. That's who I needed today. Sometimes you're not going to get those with people who are around because they might be so used to you just saying that you're always okay. And that's the type of person that I am. A lot of times you're going to hear me just say, yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine. Mostly because I don't want to get into that space. And I know it's okay to get into that space. But then I find myself mumbling and stumbling over my words, almost to the fact that I forget what the hell I was even upset about. So I'm just rambling on, and it makes no fucking sense. And I'm trying to get other people to understand, but it's just like, it's not coherent. So I just say, okay, it's fine. I'm fine. I'll figure it out. But it's not fair, of course, to those who want to help us. And I know it. And I'm doing my absolute best to make sure that I acknowledge them when they are just trying to help me. When a lot of times I don't even know how to help me. It's a lot. But it could be more. We can be more. we can be everything that we have always wanted to be, and then some. The dreams that we have for ourselves are minute to what the universe has for us. And we forget that. We be so constricted with what we can see and what's in front of us, the reality, and forget that the reality is just, it's still an illusion on its own. But there's so much coming for us. And as me and my girlfriend meditated yesterday, one of the things she said that stuck with me: we are so great. We are so fucking amazing. We just have to get out of our own way. Why is that shit so hard? I read books about this shit all the time. Still reading books. I watch videos. And every day it's still a battle. But every day that I am aware and I acknowledge it, I push through. That's the difference between me now and me then. Because back then, I didn't know. I wasn't aware. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't recognize it. But now, just a little inkling kicks in, and I feel it. And I'm like, okay, this is what's getting ready to happen. I need to get ready for it, and I need to let it out. Expel that shit. This is me expelling it. In this video diary, going into 2021, the person that is pouring out to you on this camera, in this video, is begging to come out of me right now. Is coming out one way or another. And I'm not standing in this way anymore. I'm fed the fuck up. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. But I know that there's so much more work to be done. So much more molding and chiseling and cutting and sharpening and learning, experiencing, crying. So much more left. And it's going to keep happening. So I'm acknowledging it. I'm aware of it. I see it. I feel it. But it doesn't define me. Sometimes we just need those moments. Sometimes just you just crying in the corner, in your pillow, in the closet, like I would sometimes do, is sometimes all you really need. It's more than just being okay with not being okay. It's being okay with not being okay, but building yourself back up again. I'm here for you, bruh. We're gonna figure this shit out. Without a confirmation from anybody, with our own affirmations about ourselves, seeing ourselves for who we truly are. Strong, smart, willful, persistent, consistent. We got this. I got this. You got this. No matter what, today's always going to be a great day. Forever learning and forever growing. In love. Always.